my god!
Hi guys, how's it going, and welcome to today's video where I'll be taking this Raddus lineup together with the Race Millennium Falcon, Emperor Shuttle and Imperial TIE Bomber to take down this Profundity with the brand new Rouge One Ship as the first reinforcement. Our reinforcement is going to be the comeuppance first. That's the most important. You're going to get the dramatic entrance, a lot of extra damage, and then sometimes you're not even going to be needing the rest of the reinforcements if everything goes to plan. If you have a little bit bad RNG, sometimes you'll be needing to bring in those reinforcements. So without further ado, let's just go straight on into the battle, and I'm going to walk you through it so you guys exactly know what to do. So I think the AI for the Profundity is programmed to go after the weakest attacker ship or whatever. So as you can see now, they spread their damage a little bit towards my Race Millennium Falcon and the Emperor Shuttle. I think that's the best case scenario. So right here, what you want to do is you want to cleanse off all of those debuffs right there. I'm just going to take it over so I can see the turn order. Right now you don't want to do anything, you just want to do this to get some protection up. You would like to do this as well, deal special damage, inflict target lock, although those are not important. You just want to make sure that the Imperial TIE Bomber starts to taunt afterwards. So he's gonna get the taunt, and right here you want to drop the bombs to get the burning onto them. And as we can see right here, the Rouge One Ship is gonna be the first one to come out. If you lose your Imperial TIE Bomber here, it's not the end of the world. However, the longer he can survive, the better it is. And as we saw, the Y-Wing actually was able to land the protection disruption onto TIE Bomber, which is making it a little bit harder for us. It's not the perfect RNG that we want. So, but right here, we're going to bring in the comeuppance. So what we'll do is we're going to do the first special, the only special right away. And as you can see, because the comeuppance entered the battle, we now have dramatic entrance onto a Race Millennium Falcon. So they're gonna do a lot of extra damage. So we're gonna do this first, get some explosives onto the team right here. I like to target the Profundity because, not the Profundity, sorry, the Outrider, because I want to get rid of them. Normally in this case you should be able to get rid of every single ship except for Hans Millennium Falcon and Outrider. So that's essentially what I'm gonna be doing. So let's see. Okay, we were able to get everyone out except for Y-Wing. So what we'll do right here, I'm just going to do a basic over there because I want to make sure we get rid of him and we don't want to get stuck behind the taunt. And at this point in time, you can just do a basic or whatever you want. They're going to get a few reinforcement in, and you might lose some ships here and there to this potentially could be like a 76 banner win if you get everyone out with the big AoE from the Race Millennium Falcon. However, I think you need to have a little bit of a higher relic level for that. But as you can see, this is the perfect RNG that we possibly could get. Another reinforcement is going to come out, and I feel like Hans Millennium Falcon is really annoying in this case. So I'm just going to bring in Poe Dameron just to speed up things a little bit. I'm just going to do this for now to ramp up his damage a little bit, and we can just do this to heal up the TIE Bomber a little bit. We can get another set of burning out there. Let's see if we can get it. Perfect, right there. There we go. So essentially this works really well. As long as your Emperor Shuttle survives, this should be a pretty comfortable win for you. So let's see if we can replicate it. Let's just go straight out of this battle and jump straight into another one right here. So we're going to bring in exactly the same lineup. Let's see if the RNG is going to be exactly the same, but because the battle can vary a little bit depending on if your Emperor Shuttle survive or not. Because my Emperor Shuttle is only 4 stars, he sometimes dies off in the opening place. So let's see if he survives. Nope, he died. So okay, let's see how this performs now. I think you still, at this point, I've been able to pull it through to a 2-shot. Let's see, we're still going to do this. Although probably don't need it. Let's see. Didn't resist the protection disruption, which is okay though. We're gonna do this and we're gonna drop the bombs again. So right here, they're gonna get a few turns before we're gonna be able to get our comeuppance out here. So let's see if they have enough assists to get rid of my TIE Bomber. And they didn't, which is perfect for us. So we're gonna bring out the comeuppance again. We're gonna get the dramatic entrance. Got a few hits onto the Y-Wing, and let's target the Outrider again, and let's see if we can get everyone out. Okay, even better, we got 3 ships out, which is perfect. So even if you're unlucky that your Emperor's Shuttle is getting blown out in the first opening place, you can still pull through. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give that over to Race Millennium Falcon right now. I don't think it matters really who you give it to. So they're gonna get another reinforcement coming out here as well. You kind of want to have your Imperial TIE Bomber survive for as long as possible, because if you can get that second round of bombs out, that's huge. So right here you can see we lost the comeuppance, and that's what I say. Sometimes if you have enough relics onto your Finn and Rey, you can one-shot Han's Millennium Falcons. Well, unfortunately my relics are not that high. So here I'm not going to do this, I'm just going to make sure I get rid of the Phantom right now, because I don't really want to deal with it. And at this point they should not be able to win. So even though the banners might be a little bit worse in this instance right here, you should still be able to pull it off and get the win. Buff dispels, a little bit of a heal, and another round of bombs. So you see where we're going with this, guys. And I'm gonna show you also some gameplay after this. I'm gonna try to attempt it a third time in a row just to see if I perhaps could get even worse RNG. So let's see, do that and just make sure we kill them off, because I don't really want to do my ult with Raddus, because I don't want to have worse banners for my Grand Arena. So we can see this works one more time, although not as great banners, but still it's a great option to have rather than perhaps your Malevolence. It depends, maybe you feel a lot more comfortable using the Malevolence or some other non-galactic legend capital ship. So we're gonna do this one more time, the third time. Let's see if we're gonna have the same luck as we've had these two first matches. So everything is literally going to be the same. They're gonna go for your Emperor Shuttle. As I've said, I think it's because the AI is programmed to go after the weakest enemy ship that's not a tank, I guess. But you can see an Emperor Shuttle survived, which is good RNG. Cleanse everything off. Let's see, they landed the protection disruption again, which sucks, but it is what it is. Let's just do this one more time. Drop the bombs, get the burning. They're gonna get the Rouge One Ship out once again. And yeah, we're just gonna wait essentially. And now they almost was able to get my TIE Bomber out. So they got a little bit lucky with their assists. Bring out the comeuppance, first special. TIE Bomber die. Let's see if we can be able to pull this off now, because now it might be a little bit harder. We'll see. Essentially we need to rely. Okay, we almost got everyone out. So in this point right here, the Outdroid is going to die from the burning right here. But if he does, if he has a little bit more health, probably in the yellow, I still would target him. But now I know that he's gonna die because his health is so low. I'm just gonna start working towards that Y-Wing, because Y-Wing needs to die, because this tank is gonna be really annoying and it's gonna cause complications the longer the battle goes. As you can see in this scenario, it might end up being a two-shot just because the Y-Wing survived, and it's also because we did not get an assist onto him. But now we got two counterattacks onto him, but my Race Millennium Falcon is really low at this point. They're gonna get another reinforcement in, so this instance right here is at least minimum going to be a two-shot, which some of you might take, some of you might not take, and this literally shows for you guys that it's not a 100% win rate, which I've never claimed it to be. So 3 times we've done it, 2 times we've been able to win it, and then the third time was going to be a pretty clean up and ball battle. Let's see if I have even worse RNG this time around and maybe not even be able to clean it up. So let's see, we got lucky. He survived with the last with his last breath. We cleanse a little bit and we get a little bit of protection back. Again, they land the protection disruption, which is a little bit annoying. We're gonna do the first special, second special with Emperor Shuttle, land the bombs. They're gonna bring in the Rouge One Ship again, and let's see if we can have possibly even worse. So yeah, this is probably the worst RNG that you can have, I would say. Let's see though if we still can. Okay, we got the assist, so we should be able to one-shot the Y-Wing right here. Okay, he survived with his last breath again. So as you can see, even if you have very bad RNG, it's still a pretty manageable cleanup. Because now we get the Y-Wing out, and you're gonna have Hans Millennium Falcon, you're gonna have Phantom, and you're gonna have Ghost to deal with. So I'm pretty happy that I got 2 really clean battles first, and 2 battles in a row, where we actually had a little bit worse RNG, where you can see how it works, or what happens once you don't kill off the Y-Wing. So killing off the Y-Wing is pretty essential, I would say. As for the ships, Race Millennium Falcon obviously is maxed out 7 stars with every single ability. My Race Scavenger is at Relic 7 with 6 dot mods, and my Finn is at Relic 5 with 6 dot mods as well. So I think if you have a little bit higher relic levels, perhaps your Race Scavenger at Relic 8, because she's a requirement for parking Hondonaka, so maybe a few of you guys have it. And then you have Finn, potentially you can bump it up to Relic 7 if you can afford it. So with that what that means is basically that this Race Millennium Falcon is going to be able to do even more damage with big AoE, and potentially being able to one-shot the entire board with both Hans Millennium Falcon and the Y-Wing. So as you can see, sometimes with the big hit you were only able to get everyone out except for the Hans Millennium Falcon, so I'm lacking a little bit damage because I don't have as high of relics. But this is basically how this ship is looking. Let's just move on over to the Comeuppance. Comeuppance obviously maxed out, only at 5 stars though, but we only really need the enter thing, the enter stats, almost 6 dot mods on Sori as well. So as you can see, you only need the enter battle to get the dramatic entrance and all of that stuff, so that really helps out a lot. And besides that, I don't think it's worth looking at post-pole, because he's only really in reinforcement. It's not going to do too much to make this battle easier. As for my Raddus, it's 7 stars, abilities maxed out, although I don't have 6 dot mods on my Raddus, so I think perhaps if I put 6 dot mods onto Raddus to increase the speed a little bit on the ship, perhaps maybe this counter could work even a little bit better. So let's just move on over to the Sith ship, because those are the ones that we are using. So Emperor's Shuttle right here, only at 4 stars, but it's still able to do the job. Everything else is maxed out. My Palpatine, he has 6 dots mods, and my Royal Guard has 6 dot mods as well. So essentially the speed on my Emperor Shuttle, I can bring it up right here, is not gonna be able to be any higher than 160. I don't know if stars gives extra speed, however I do not think so. Let's just go over and showcase how the speeds look for both the Comeuppance. So we have the Comeuppance right here, 127 speed, and the speeds for my Race Millennium Falcon, which is right here, which is going to be at 167. So as I said, I don't think having more mods, obviously the mods are going to matter. For example, having Raddus on 6 dot mods, giving her a little bit more extra speed to the capital ship. But besides that, I think the only thing that's going to matter for this counter to be even more consistent is having higher relic levels on Race Millennium Falcon, specifically Relic 8 probably for Scavenger Ray, and Relic 7 perhaps for Finn, to make this work very consistently up against the majority of Profundities. So here is my opponent's fleets that we went up against in my fleet arena. By the way, huge shout out to Drunken Panda, my mate in my fleet arena shard. So amazing for setting this Profundity fleet down. Thank you so much. So to begin with, we can see we have the Hans Millennium Falcon, with both Han being Relic 8 and Chewie at Relic 6. Obviously everything is going to be maxed out. 6 dot mods and 6 dot mods here as well. So this is definitely going to be the maximum speed of 196. So obviously I think if I can match the relic levels with, for example, my Ray, Scavenger Ray being Relic 8 as Han Solo, and Relic 6 Finn as Chewbacca, I think I could be able to one-shot it with the big AoE from Race Millennium Falcon. Moving on, we have the Outrider right here, maxed out. Dash Rendor at 7 stars, although not having 6 dot mods. Sorry, we don't have 7 dot mods. So not having 6 dot mods means they're gonna lack a little bit of speed, although it's not gonna be super much. And moving on, we have the Y-Wing. Obviously doesn't have a pilot, but it's maxed out, so you can't really be sorry, better or worse, but just for the purpose of showing it, we have the stats right there. And then the Rogue One, the first reinforcement, the ship that really makes the Profundity so much better than it's previously has been was. Bodhi Rogue at 5 Relic 5, no 6-dot mods, and Pow at Relic 6 with no 6-dot mods. So they're missing out a little bit of speed on this, and only have it 5 stars of potential. They could be a little bit more difficult if they were 7 stars with, I don't say, Relic 7 and the 6-dot mods. But I still think we would be able to one-shot it with our Race Millennium Falcon, and then Ghost and Phantom isn't really relevant because it doesn't make the counter even harder or worse because they are in the last 2 reinforcement slots. And as for Profundity, obviously Relic 9 Adrad. Maybe if I had a Relic 9 Holdo, it would make a little bit of a difference, but obviously gonna have 6-dot mods on this guy as well, so it's gonna have everything. So guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you did enjoy it, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day, may the force be with you, bye bye.